So will you accept the Supreme Court ruling if they legalize same-sex marriage for the entire country? Do you accept that ruling, or do you fight it?
Well, of course I'd fight it. That Roe versus Wade was decided 30-some years ago, and I continue to fight that because I think the court got it wrong. And I think if the court decides this case in error, I will continue to fight as we have for on the issue of life. I mean, that's the role of a citizenry. We're not bound by what 9 people say.
All right, and joining us now, ladies and gentlemen, is Tom Delay, former U.S. House Majority Leader, Congressman from the great state of Texas. Hello, Congressman.
Hello, Steve. I love hearing that.
Well, yes, I know, and I love calling you that. You know, here's the deal. You know, they're going after Rick Santorum because he said that even if the Supreme Court rules in favor of gay marriage, it doesn't mean it's over. He won't stop. I mean, the court ruled in favor of Citizens United. And the president himself and every Democrat on down to this day constantly bashes that decision. So what the heck's the difference?
Well, there is no difference. In fact, what they're trying to do is to fool the American people into not understanding the Constitution. A ruling by the Supreme Court is nothing but an opinion if the legislative branch and the executive branch do not enforce it. And not only that, if the states would just invoke the 10th Amendment and assert their sovereignty, they can defy a ruling by the Supreme Court. It's in the Constitution. We can tell the court what cases they can hear. I passed 6 bills out of the House limiting the jurisdiction of the court, saying you can't hear a case on prayer in schools, or you can't hear a case on a nativity scene on the county lawn. Rick Santorum is absolutely right. If this Supreme Court rules against marriage, all hell is going to break loose. In fact, I'm a signatory of a document that basically says you can rule any way you want to, but we're going to stand for marriage even if it takes civil disobedience.
Yeah, and you know, when you hear, you know, Greg Gutfeld from Fox News Channel said the other day, Republicans have to stop worrying about who people sleep with, and that's a reference to the gay marriage issue, and that's just so, in my opinion, vulgarly misrepresenting the issue. Nobody cares who you sleep with behind closed doors. Do what you want to do, as long as it's legal. You know, it's not a minor. But that has nothing to do with the marriage issue, and that's a terribly liberal, progressive way of framing that issue.
Exactly right. For all of time, not just Christians and Jews, but all religions have defined marriage as one man and one woman to come together as one and have children and raise those children. You cannot redefine it. It is set in stone. You can call it something else and create civil unions, but you cannot redefine marriage. Plus, this is about religious liberty. Look at what's already happened, and the Supreme Court has not ruled yet. We have a photographer losing their business, a baker losing her business, a florist losing her business because the government and its heavy hand came down on them because they wouldn't, because of their religious tenets and religious standing, they could not bring themselves to service a same-sex marriage ceremony. So that is religious liberty. And this is about religious liberty more than anything else. And this is about religious liberty more than anything else.